you personally are a subject matter expert in many things that you might not even know about. But if I was to tell you, buy a Ford truck and you're a mechanic, you might say, oh, no, don't buy Ford trucks. They are lousy for this reason. They're lousy for that reason. You need to buy a Chevy because a Chevy is good. And I don't endorse either of those companies. This is just an example. But that is your knowledge. And that is something that I can't tell you anything about because I'm not a mechanic for one. And I don't know anything about cars. But if you know something about a company or a product, you are way ahead of everybody else who don't know anything about the company. You're way ahead of the stock analyst who, spent his life digging through the papers and reading about the company. You actually have that experience using the product. And that doesn't always guarantee that you buy a good stock, but you won't have as many regrets when you invest in a company that you're interested in. You won't have as many regrets if the stock goes down and you lose money in the stock because it's a company that you were familiar with and you found interesting. And you probably will understand why you lost money by investing in that company if you do. Or you will understand why you gained money in that stock, that you will say, oh yeah, back to our Ford example, you will say, oh yeah, look at the Ford Fusion, which is discontinued. Oh, they're selling like hotcakes. No wonder. It's no secret that, Ford is making a lot of money. And I would say just like look around. I'm going to stick to the car example. This weekend I was on the road. I did a little traveling on the highway, and it seemed like every time I turned around, I would see a Tesla Model Y. And those things, in my opinion, are the ugliest cars ever. But they're electric vehicles, they're fuel efficient, evidently they're very popular. I wasn't aware that the Model Y was such a hot seller, but after taking that drive on the highway, you cannot tell me that Tesla is not selling any Model Ys because I've seen that proof. And that is the type of thing that you need to know before investing in the stock. You have to know about the company, their business model. You have to know about their products. You have to know about what's going on in the company. If you just observe, you can learn a lot just by looking around at your surroundings and then following that up with doing research, because these companies, they already do the research for you. You can Google a company and all these articles will come up. So if you were to Google Tesla or Ford or Chevy, and you can just Google Chevy stock, Ford stock, or GM stock, and they'll tell you the ticker symbol. Ford is F, GM, I believe, is actually GM, and Tesla is TSLA. But and once you Google that, you can learn so much information about them, from how much money they're earning, what the company is dealing with, if they have any lawsuits. It's just a wealth of information on the internet. And a few years ago when I first got started, the information wasn't as user friendly to find, and it wasn't as, for lack of a better term, dumbed down. It wasn't put into plain English. But it really inspired me to actually go and learn more about stock, because every time I opened up the Wall Street Journal, every time I watched Bloomberg News, I would see and hear these terms that I didn't know what they were talking about. And for me, it was like decoding a foreign language. It was really exciting to actually learn exactly what these people are talking about rather than just having a gist. So I would say if you're going to invest in the stock market, if you're going to open up a brokerage, it's okay to jump right in, but don't jump right in and throw all of your money into any one stock or any one security. Use your brain. Don't follow anybody else's tips. And if you want to follow people's tips or advice, you are doing that at your own leisure. You can't be mad at anyone for the choices that you made, even if your choice was to follow them and listen to their lead. So you have to take your investments under your control, and you are responsible for the money that you lose or gain. And if a stock is going up, it's always wise to take some of that money off the table, just like if you're at a casino, or just like if you're doing anything where you risk something. It's better to have a percentage of something than all of nothing. And that's one thing that I learned in the stock market the hard way, because a couple of times you see a stock that's going up and it keeps going up and it's been going up forever, and you say, oh man, that stock will never go down. I'm just going to leave my money in it. And as soon as you make that decision, as soon as you take your eye off of it, it drops down.